I think probably the most significant aspect of the UT Turtle Pond is that it's a nice place to just kind of escape from the stresses of academic life and enjoy watching turtles and, observing turtle behavior, observing fish, observing birds, and just kind of taking a break away from sort of everyday campus life. I was a graduate student at the University of Texas from 2001 to 2008. In spring of 2002, there was an effort to remove everything from the turtle ponds and resurface the bottoms of the ponds. And we ended up removing 100 turtles, exactly 100 turtles from the ponds, with the idea being that we would only bring back turtle species that are actually native to that region, and we would try to find alternative homes for those that don't really belong in this particular area. The most common turtle in the UT Turtle Pond is the red-eared slider. Well, the red-eared slider is native to the sort of central and eastern US. It's a very common turtle throughout the Mississippi River drainage and a few adjoining watersheds. And yet that turtle, that red-eared slider, is now the most widespread freshwater turtle species in the world. And so what happens is people buy the turtle, oftentimes when it's a little tiny hatchling, not realizing that within 2 years, it's sort of, it's the size of a small plate. And in about 5 years, if it's a female, it's the size of a dinner plate. And so when a turtle that you bought, probably at the time thinking you could keep it in a 5 or 10 gallon tank, within 5 years needs an outdoor pond. And people also don't realize that under proper conditions, this turtle is going to be around for 40 or 50 years. And so people aren't prepared for that commitment. And so what we see happening, and this is happening all around the world, is that people who bought these pet turtles then are dumping them. So that red-eared slider turtle that we get throughout much of Texas, it's been spread all around the world because people are abandoning their pet turtles. And the result of that is actually this, it's actually that species, the red-eared slider, again, the most common turtle in the UT Turtle Pond, is now recognized as one of the worst invasive species in the world. The UT Turtle Pond is this amazingly interesting site. It's a great place to sort of seek a little bit of solace in nature. The sad reality is it's also a great place to think about the impact that humans are having on the environment. There is an opportunity with the UT Turtle Pond and basically every other urban pond in the country to educate people about the responsibilities of pet ownership. When you look at those turtles, the reality is that we are observing a human-caused problem. There's lots of studies that show this, but we don't need studies to show it. We all know that this is true. As humans, we seek solace in nature. Stress levels decline when you are surrounded by biodiversity. And so just sort of taking a break, having your lunch, watching turtles, observing their behavior, enjoying the weather. And if you're surrounded by city at all times, and you're surrounded by, vehicle noise and lots of people, and, it's a nice time to sort of take a break away from that. And people just need that.
What more is there to have except gratitude? All else remains resolute in its proverbial grave. It is true, life is not what I imagined, for the better. But I carry you with me. I saw you in the flowers. Thank you.
Poetry on the Pond is a kind of communal, sharing, welcoming event that we have hosted in the College of Liberal Arts since our return from COVID times. We were looking for an opportunity to just bring people back together again. And we didn't think many people would attend. We thought, well, we'll see what happens, and expected maybe we'd be lucky if we had 20 to 50 people. And I think the first night we had well over 200 people, and we surveyed the audience afterwards for some feedback, and the students' comments were just so moving. They're like, this is what I thought college was going to be. And we realized how unique it was to just have people just sitting together and listening. So it has become a really important part of our cultural identity, and it's just a beautiful spot. It's just such a unique thing to run it. I think when I first came to UT, I didn't know, of course I didn't know about it, and it's just a really precious place on campus, and it's wonderful to see visitors and students resting there and studying there, and it's a magical place. It's a space of respite and relaxation, and it's just, the trees are so beautiful. I think it's really important for people to remember that, just stop, sit, be out in nature. and the Turtle Pond reminds us to do those things.